the challenges around the FX market.
Thank you very much. In relation to our members and challenges that have to do with Forex, the predominant one in recent time is when most of our members who are manufacturers have accessed this CBN intervention funds. And prior to accessing these funds, they've done their proper feasibility study and all that on what the machinery they need to help boost production. So these manufacturers now go to CBN to access these funds, and they get these funds. For instance, when they access the funds, at the point the exchange rate was 370 to a dollar, and so from the time the loan is approved up until the point that the machine has been fabricated, the exchange rate has gone up about well over 40%. So most manufacturers are now faced with the crisis of the eventual cost of this machinery for them to bring it in is way higher than even what the intervention that was given to them. So the question is, how can they even possibly pay back the loan? And back to what Dr. Muda said, how will they now transfer this cost to consumers? Most of our members, this has been the issue, transferring costs, and now they are counting their losses, which eventually will mean that some people would be literally impossible for them to pay back these loans. Then one other thing that I would like to talk about for our members is the issue of encouraging exports. And the truth is, we'll always have this forex crisis if our demand for it is well above the supply of forex. And if what we as Lasema have been advocating to government is encouraging exports. And we will not say that we are now aware that the government has come up with several initiatives like the recent EEFP, the Export Expansion Facility Program, Export Development Fund. But we would want, as an organization and an association of members of businesses, for the government to go beyond bringing up these initiatives. Okay, so far people have gotten funds disbursed under this EEFP. How far is government monitoring the execution of these funds? So every other year we will not get announcements of 50 billion naira being granted to members, but what's the impact on this for encouraging export and improving export? So for monitoring the execution of these policies is one thing we advocate for, and for CBN to also have a window to cover businesses who have accessed these intervention funds, particularly when there is issues with the exchange rate on how they can pay back. There can be a window for them that will cover them. It will help businesses in repaying these loans and also making profit, because businesses are not charity organizations, so the end game is for their profit margin to be good.
Fantastic. Thank you so very much.